Jules here, and happy Friday. We have made it to the weekend once again, and I hope you all have a beautiful Memorial Day ahead, remembering everyone who fought so very hard for our freedom. So I wanted to share with you how to call in the elements since we are working with earth magic. And the few days before, we did opening and closing circles using the elements. And this is simply just a little follow-up, calling in the elements, otherwise known as calling in the quarters, and calling the guardians of the watchtowers is a way of asking the four elements from the four different directions to lend their power to our spells or rituals. The guardians of the watchtowers are guardians of the elements. They are called upon in ceremonial and neo-pagan magical traditions and share the characteristics of the elements with which they are associated. They are not deities, but they are otherworldly figures. And if asked, they will join you in your magical workings and give them a boost of extra energy. It is completely up to you to which you call upon to ask the elements to lend their power, if you choose to call upon them at all. If you want to call upon the elements but are not comfortable calling on the guardians of the watchtowers, you can simply call upon the elements themselves. It could be something as simple as saying, elements of air, fire, water, earth, I call upon you. Each time you place the representations of the elements down on the floor as you cast your circle. It doesn't really matter what words you use to call either of the elements or the guardians, just be respectful. And many witches or people call in the elements starting with north as it represents Mother Earth, but other traditions call in the elements starting from the east, which is the direction of the sunrise. Go with what resonates with you the most. Once your circle is cast, cleanse the area before you begin your spell or ritual or blessing, whatever you would like to call it. This can be done by burning herbs such as rosemary or juniper or sage, or just by simply visualizing sounds that resonate and go with the elements. So I went ahead and just brainstormed and wrote down what came to me for when I call in the elements. I usually keep it pretty simple. But once you get more comfortable with talking about the elements, you can become more elaborate when you're opening and closing up your circles. So this would be for opening. And just a little example of calling in the guides and guardians. So it goes, guardians of the north, I call upon you for your earth energy, your generous grounding roots that resonate within my bones, connecting me with you. I call upon you. I call upon the guides and guardians of the west for the element of water. You bring us the cleansing oceans, seas, lakes, and rivers. Guides and guardians of the south for your fire and heat, the warmth that warms us and brings up the ever-burning sun. And lastly, I call upon the guides and guardians of the east for the air element. You bring us the ever-changing winds. Please be with us. And then your circle is open with your guides and guardians with their four elements. So that is just an example of something that you could say when you're casting your circle and calling in the elements. And there's a really pretty picture I'm going to show you. So closing a circle is also known as opening a circle. This is because you are opening the circle to release the energy you have raised by your workings. If you have opened the circle using the elements, start at the north, earth, and work anti-clockwise around your circle. Remove the elemental representations one by one and say thank you for them and for their assistance. And if you laid your circle using any eggshells, etc., you can go ahead and pick them up and sweep them anti-clockwise. And if you made your circle, hi Gemini. Gemini wants to say hello. Did you catch a possum today? Did you catch the possum? Okay. So if you make your circle with your finger or wand, a theme, retrace the circle slowly backwards. And that is it for today. Stay tuned for tomorrow. We have a really cool giveaway coming up.